God. This is the law. This is the law. Since 1996, the show has seen some shit from dorks to a bunch of crooks. These hosts are freshly booked like a universal spot. They drop down, leapfrog, hip toss the shot. This is the law. The law. Live audio wrestling.
You know, sometimes you need to record the stuff that happens before the show. And thankfully we don't, because it literally, that opener was 2 minutes and it's taken me 2 minutes just to get my stuff together to try to do this for you. This is the Law Live Audio Wrestling. It's Sunday afternoon. So that means that much like us, you have nothing else better going on. So you're going to join us for an hour and talk a whole lot of shit, because that's what you do. Let's just talk shit. I mean, it's me. It's Swifty. It's Bradie W. At what? I mean, I don't like. Is there another Brady in the class here, Brady, that you needed to add the W? Because there's like, oh, Bradie M and Bradie W. You know, no, we know which one you are.
It's better than having 3 periods in my name.
Well, listen, you're having one right now.
Yeah.
Speaking of vaginas, KJ is also joining us. KJ, How are you doing this week?
I'm doing great. I'm doing
slinging
great.
it.
Yeah,
slinging it. Yeah, you are.
My vagina is moist. It's
okay.
Oh my God.
All right. Well, we didn't need to know all of that stuff yet. It is still
fuck monetization, right?
It's still the day of the Lord. I was trying to bring it back.
It's a soggy time for us all.
Listen, thankfully, hopefully you have flood insurance. All right, listen. So I want to pull this up here because I didn't do it at the beginning of the fucking thing because I was too busy laughing and whatnot. These are the things that we're going to be talking about this week, guys. Number one, in wrestling, did Bully Ray work everybody? What's going on with all of these Twitter wars? Did Josh Barnett get pulled into something, or did he create the shoot that could have been the biggest work? In MMA, can Conor actually reignite some greatness? His fight coming up with Max Holloway. They haven't fought since 2013. Conor hasn't fought since 2021. Is this the return? Is this the return of the Mac? And in boxing, the biggest news, Oleksandr Usyk has given up all of the belts because, yes, he had all of the belts, and they had a flea market sale, and they handed them out, and there were some lucky winners, and we're going to find out what actually is going on because, of course, we have the pugilistic prophet, Steve Swift, on the show as usual. So I want to get into this one first. Let's talk a little bit of professional wrestling. And I wanted to shit. And you know what? I was going to start this whole thing. By doing this first. Hold on.
What the hell are you doing? Oh, what?
Oh my!
Why do you even own that? That's a weird sex match.
And I'm going to be talking about myself for the next little while.
For our audio listeners,
I'm just
kids wearing a gimp mask.
Because it seems that Bully Ray is a bit of a whiner lately.
Yeah,
he's going off on people. He's engaging. He's engaging with the fans, but it's to the point of where some wrestlers are getting a little upset about it. For those of you that don't know, I'm going to pull this up here, and we'll we'll run it down very quickly before we talk about it. It looks like, here, I'll even give credit. Cultaholic Wrestling over there put this up saying Bully Ray said on the Busted Open show, the Death Riders have not helped AEW in any way, shape, or form. The Death Riders are John Moxley playing out his pro wrestling fantasies because he's got Tony's ear, because he wants to be Terry Funk. He said he would kick the shit out of John Moxley. I'd beat the living shit out of him and called him a fraud. To which point,
Well, so before we even get to that, let's break
Sure.
that first chunk down. Let's go back.
Please.
Okay. What's your feelings on, before it gets to I could kick his ass, what's your feelings on the statement that was made? You got to think, Bully Ray now is not only a locker room vet, but he's an analyst.
Yeah.
So his analyzation of the product and going on in AEW and the focal point, break that down. Where are we at with that?
Well,
go
first
ahead,
of all,
Steve,
I wouldn't
please.
use the word analyzation,
Hmm.
but the first four levels of analysis are anal, and
Yeah.
that's the way I feel about Bully Ray. Look, John Moxley is no Terry Funk. You need to have a promo to be Terry Funk, and I'm not convinced that John Moxley has that kind of promo. But Bully Ray has no right to do any of this. But he's just a sad human being.
KJ?
Just talking about the Death Riders as it is, yeah, it was a little underwhelming for a large majority of it, but I felt like the payoff was certainly great. The Hangman situation leading up to that title change was good. The Death Riders, it could be better, but if you just isolate the John Moxley part of it, I absolutely disagree, because I think John Moxley is AEW as far as I'm concerned, like a very, very strong candidate for what AEW is all about. Death Riders maybe not so much, but John Moxley certainly.
So here's what I look at here. And here's where everybody gets worked.
I think we're on the same page, Chris.
Right out the gate, everybody gets worked.
Mm-hmm.
This entire statement that he said on a show, ladies and gentlemen, as Bubba Ray or Bully Ray, not as Mark, his real name, as a wrestling character, talking about another wrestling character and their ability to draw on the show. And what he's saying to me is that his character of Bully Ray would kick the shit out of John Moxley's character, Mox, or whatever it is that he's got going on right now. That's the way I see this. And then everybody starts to get their backup because they think, and I could be wrong on this, maybe Bully Ray was doing this, but they think that Bully Ray is going after John Moxley, the man, not the performer, right?
Yeah.
So first to step up, Josh Barnett.
But before we even get there,
yeah.
Do you not think that, okay, so 20 years ago, yeah, Bully would probably work Moxley, right? Whether it's a shoot or it's a work, he would probably beat the living shit out of him. Bully was a big guy. Seems like he's been in good shape. He's a tough motherfucker. And John has some training, but come on, Moxley is what he is, right? He's obviously tough. Like no one's going to deny that. He puts his body through hell and somehow shows up the next day. So if we're talking about an actual shoot, Bully 20 years ago, not in his 50s, yeah, great. Let's all watch it. Everyone would love to see it. But what happened here is Bully got himself worked into a shoot with this take. And let's go back to Josh Barnett then.
Some people will say that he worked himself into a shoot by his
He did work himself. He did.
Right? Or did everybody else get worked?
No, he worked himself into a shoot, and then he got into a shoot, because by the time he got to "I'd kick your ass," That's when the whole thing fell apart.
Well, let's run back
CTE
here. So
is a
Josh
motherfucker.
Barnett jumps in first and says, interesting take there, quote, bully. So right away, right? Who you bullying? And for those of you that don't know who Josh Barnett is, please look it up. Not the blood sport stuff that he's doing, the new wrestling stuff. Look up some old Josh Barnett. And let's talk. If we're going to talk, yeah, 100%, whatever.
Yeah.
It didn't make him taller. It didn't
made him fucking stronger.
Farm boy strength is farm boy strength. I don't care who you are, right? But if we're talking prime Bully Ray against prime Josh Barnett, prime Bully Ray gets fed to the fucking wolves on that one, right? Yeah. So Josh Barnett, who is a guy who still trains, still very out there, still coaches a lot of people. He's very tight. So he got all big brothery, hopped on his fucking white knight horse and decided to come riding in like, you know, the beast master himself would come in and do, right? Rightfully so. No shame. You fucking come at my boy, I'm going to come at you. That's exactly what this was. And he says Mox can handle himself just fine, so he doesn't need me. Jesus. Does it? What the? Okay. Yeah. So now that the house is burning down, it says he doesn't need him to fight his battles for him. But if you ever feel the itch, what it's like to have your ass kicked so thoroughly to the point of epic humiliation, I can help you with that. I can not only beat the ass out of you, but do it in a way as to make your ass kicking legendary. For you, anytime, just ask. Do you take this? Do you take the bait, Steve Swift? If you're Bully Ray, at this point, the messages come back. The shot has been fired back. Do you take the bait?
The thing about this is that, you know, if I think that Bully Ray is working himself, because I think he's flicking himself off to this, because it's not just about us. Well, there's two things, aren't there? The first thing is I just want to stuff myself up. And the second thing is I'll start this and it'll go. You know, I mean, I do the same thing on social media. How many people are commenting? Oh, 100. Oh, I feel good for 5 minutes. There's a bit of that. And I don't think he expected. It's like, yeah, I and my 40 friends feel the same way, don't we, lads? Lads, it's that. You start fights and you want your big mate to finish it. And he's got no mates with him. And that might say something about Bully Ray, mightn't it?
Long gone are the days of respecting the guys who paved the way in the locker room. When social media took over most of these veterans and legends' lives. What had happened is, coming up in the business, you respect everybody, even if you don't agree with them. You kind of keep your mouth shut, kid. Like that's the mentality. That it's at the point now where the example has been laid that a lot of these guys, if it's not CTE and it's not getting older, bunch of prima donna little bitches.
KJ?
I mean, it's also just very transparent that guys like these, Bully, Kevin Nash, Disco Inferno, the list goes on, is that it's very transparent that they're just saying shit in order to get clicks.
Yeah, right? Don't get me started on Glenn Gilberti.
Yeah, like they just say shit because they know that they're going to attract some attention and get some notoriety off of it. And then when the heat becomes too much, or they stick their foot in it a bit, and somebody like Josh Barnett is like, "Hey, I'll fuck you up for free." Then all of a sudden it's, "Oh no, I was just working, brother. This is the character. This is the and it's like, what are you working towards exactly? Because you're not going to AEW. You're not getting in the ring with Moxley. You're not getting any work out of this other than a couple of dozen extra bits of viewership for your 5 minutes. So you're working nothing."
Bless your heart, Black Puddin', because you just hit the nail on the head. What is this working towards? If I was Bully Ray and I was on a serious show that gets a lot of ratings, and I'm sitting there talking about AEW, who I'm most of the time pretty negative on, why wouldn't I make my pitch? Not only for one last match, maybe, but make my pitch for creative. And how you do that is by making a stink and making noise and getting people to retweet it so that Tony Khan takes a look at it.
Well, I mean, okay, so you'd think that that was the case, right? That he would maybe back down and say, "Oh, this whole thing's a work, brother," right?
Nope.
Well, no,
This is where the CTE comes in.
No, he says, "I too can handle myself fine, fight my battles." If you ever had the itch to feel what it's like to be over so thoroughly that you can draw money, I can help you with that. Not only can I put you over, but get you over in a way that would make your ass legendary for you anytime. So there's two conversations going on here.
Yeah, I know, but the problem is it's a deterrent because it's, hey, I'll fucking kick your ass, dude, that I don't like. That's the number one star of a company that's getting paid millions and millions of dollars. I don't like you. I can kick your ass. Then a real guy comes out and says, hey, dude, you want your ass kicked? Like, if you're talking about fighting, we can do this. I'll set it up. Right? He's like, I draw more. Whoa. I'll put you over. Huh?
Well,
what the fuck is going on? This is in a public forum.
Well, let's find out. Let's find out what Josh says about this. He says, to be fair, just from the comments under your post alone, it's clear you're correct here. The amount of people that would pay to see me pull you apart in a wrestling ring / cage would definitely be good, great business. He didn't bother to slash that one, I see.
Yeah.
I guess that quote heat you've built over the years is pretty marketable, as even your quote fans truly want to see your ass kicked for real. LOL. There's two conversations going on here, and this leads me, this is the bigger question that I want to say, because it goes further with what happened with Bully Ray here.
What's that?
These guys that you talk about, like the Glenn Gilbrettis, the Kevs of the world, for some of you, for, the...
Don't say Dutch Mantel, because I love Dutch.
Oh, I wasn't. I mean...
Don't say it.
Cornette.
No, Jimmy, leave Jimmy alone.
But
he's still in the same kind of vein. I love
Don't talk.
You're right. You're right.
Don't talk about him.
But here's...
Do not summon fucking Cornette, guys.
Don't say it a third time. If you say it a third time, he probably will show up in the comments.
Yeah,
Jim Cornette.
Oh, you son of a
fucking
bitch, you KJ, you motherless goat. Listen, here's the question though. With the guys like this, they've given up so much of their lives to this gimmick, and everything that they do in public is this gimmick. Is this the new way that their gimmick is to make money for them? And they don't know how to get out of it, because what else are you going to do?
This is the Dylan Dennis effect, right? That's the Dylan Dennis effect. Are we just making a stink online to get monetization? Because people don't realize, like, when Dylan was going at Logan, it wasn't about setting up a fight. The monetization that guy was making per month off of Twitter alone from those tweets was outrageous. So you're like, what, to put a point on what Sid's saying, is this all being done just to kind of get a buck?
Yes, because that's what social media does. Yeah, absolutely. It's like Conor Ben calling Devin Haney a minge on social media. He's not going to fight the guy, but he got his name out there. I don't know if during this interchange with Bully Ray and Josh Barnett, if Bully Ray personal messaged Josh Barnett and said, "It's a work, brother. It's a work." Because when he's talking about drawing, he's basically admitting it's a work. That's, in my view, that's what he's doing. And Josh Barnett, who's a real fighter in inverted commas, because he's got that character as well. Let's not forget this. He has that real fighter character. You won't accept it, but I suspect there were personal messages like back and forward to say,
"Oh, guaranteed,
just accept it, mate. It's okay."
I don't know. I don't know if so much there was any DMs sent or anything like that.
No, I disagree. I guarantee they talked by the end of this. They had to have. Even if it was Josh just saying, like, "Bro, fucking relax." Like, I'll come to
I don't
Florida.
see- here's the thing. I don't think there's anything wrong with what anything.
I'll come
that
to the
fucking
bar
Bully
you
Ray
DJ
said.
at. I'll
Well,
come to the bar
okay.
you DJ at, and where you spin your little 80s hairband songs, and I will fucking take you out in the alley in Fort Lauderdale.
Well, according to Joey Janela,
Oh, Jesus. Why? This is even worse now. Okay,
that
time to
little
wrap this
bar-
segment.
that little bar, according to Joey Janela, who jumped on the bandwagon after this, because Bully Ray's hot in the news, so why not? There's no bigger fraud in the Jersey Shore than 54-year-old Bubba Dudley sits around at DJs by himself on Sundays all day, buying groups of 22-year-old girls shots, waiting for someone to recognize him. And when they do and ask for a picture, he tells them to fuck off. The story never ends. When people find out I'm a wrestler, they go, "Do you know Mark Bubba Ray? That guy's a fucking loser."
Well, that's the best thing he's ever done in the business. That right there is the best contribution Joey Janela has ever done to the professional wrestling industry.
He's a body guy, bro. Settle down. Settle down.
KJ's favorite worker.
Yeah, I'm deeply aware of Joey Janela.
And that's why the fucker's booked.
And then they get into a big back and forth about, Joey catching on fire at a table on a spot, and they go on. And I mean, this just, Matt Cardona's name is brought up, and it really just kind of like, what are we doing here, guys? Who's getting worked in all of this? We just spent 22 fucking minutes talking about it right here.
Yeah, but it's a slow week in wrestling.
I mean, you'd expect Joey Janela to come back, wouldn't you? He's firmly of that kind of social media situation.
No, it's not even that, Steve. It's not even a social media thing at this point. I think this is a pro wrestling fucking thing. Like a lot of people in pro wrestling will be so happy to fucking, we'll hear about this one and jump on and glom on and fucking dogpile on somebody when there's heat on that person. This is exactly how fucking this is how Me Too movements got started.
I was just about to say this is what happened with the WWE and AEW and TNA and the Indies during COVID when people were bored and they seen a Me Too movement going on in Hollywood. They're like, oh, well, Joey Ryan's done some dirty shit. And we're like, yeah, we all know that. Right. So out him, finally. But then they started piling on people who just had a bad breakup. Yeah. And you're like, what the fuck is going on here? After a year of it, it was just like a trendy thing for these National Enquirer girls to do. The same gals in the business and the same guys in the business who watch Jersey Shore and the Kardashians are the same one making tweets with a hashtag MeTooWrestling.
Unbelievable.
Suck it.
Unbelievable. All right.
Suck it. Me too that.
That's enough of that.
You are cursed.
I think that is really what's just happening to Bubba Ray right now. That's the ultimate one, right? Is he's been cursed by Danhausen.
Well, Tid, to stay in the lane of professional wrestling for a minute, sure. I know we were talking last week about Good Times coming back.
We were.
The boys wanted to do a Good Times episode, but we figured, why do an episode when we can just throw it on live during our show? So are you guys ready to do a segment on one of your best and most favorite professional wrestling matches you've ever seen?
Fucking always.
Well, so let's set it up, because this isn't just any wrestling match.
No, it isn't.
No. This is literally, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only, the Piranha Death Match. Yes. The boys over at Good Times here, Steve Swift and KJ, have been tasked with reviewing this one.
That's the fucking phrase. We were tasked, because last week you said we should do Good Times again. Yeah, but I think we should decide, Tid and Bradie, we should decide what matches you watch. And because we'd come up with some good wrestling matches for each other, but you wanted something extraordinary, so you chose Big Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So here's what's going to happen. In the vein of some of this stuff, because we've got some spots later. In fact, we have some submissions that have come in. I don't know if you know this or not, but some of those pictures and some of those AI photos and stuff have made their way to video form, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. I don't know if you know this or not. So there's going to be some stuff, but we're going to play one of these right now, and then we're going to come right back, and we're going to come back, and we're going to do an episode of Good Times right here live on the Law, talking about this Piranha death match. All right.
Dickens cider, it's legendary.
I love my Dickens cider.
Tastes like amazing.
Quite simply the finest cider. Cheers.
Dickens spicy apple cider, only on the Law Live Audio Wrestling.
Oh, yeah. Brother, feel that funky groove. Good times with Stephen KJ. Sit back, relax. Oh, yeah. It's good times with Stephen KJ. Stephen KJ.
Perfect.
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
K-
How do you
KJ,
want to dissect this?
Yeah. Well, I just want to go. I just want to go home. But I am home, which is great. But the thing is, were you aware, KJ, of Big Japan Wrestling before these bozos sent you this?
Not a fucking clue. Not a clue about this thing. And I also don't know what I was expecting when I saw the image of Piranha Deathmatch, because I guess I was expecting like a giant pool of some sort with tons of piranha in it.
Yeah.
But instead, it's this murky, like 60-inch fish tank in the middle of the ring.
Yeah, it's a shop tank with about a foot of water in the bottom.
Foot of water.
Let me just tell the listeners and viewers here, and viewers, who's in this fight. This is 96, isn't it? I think, and it's Kendo Nagasaki, not the Kendo Nagasaki, Britain's own Kendo Nagasaki, Peter Thornley from Stoke. This is a different Kendo Nagasaki that the real Kendo didn't mind, because he's in Japan. He doesn't look anything like me. So, and it is one of the co-owners of Big Japan. It's Sakurada, because it was Sakurada, and versus Mitsuhiro Matsunaga. I had to make sure I read that correctly.
Thank you very much.
I mean, this is not. If for people who are watching and don't know Big Japan, it was a garbage wrestling promotion. I mean, one of the matches has a fucking flamethrower in it. So do go and have a look at it. It is on YouTube. It's on there. This made me go back and look at a few of the others. I secretly really like it, but this match is just shite. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, because to call it a match is pretty generous, because so little happens in this match, and it's just a lot of like over the fish tank. Yes. And the problem is as well is that at least in like across the pond in America, like there will be crowd reaction, but Japan doesn't do that. Japan is notoriously quiet, respectful kind of thing. They don't react. So when they're there grunting and just at the fish tank, not a fucking peep can be heard.
And then a round of applause after the head is pushed into the tank.
That's right. Yeah, because there's no wrestling moves. People don't do like a Irish whip into the barbed wire boards that are set up in the corner. They're just lightly placed on it. So
although there is a nice moment when I think it's Matsunaga is pushed into the board and then pushed in by a long leg, and it breaks. And Kendo thinks, I might as well just stand on the fucking thing. So he that's really good. But I did notice Matsunaga comes out of that barbed wire board without any kind of blood on his back. Maybe it's that special barbed wire with the bits on the end that means it doesn't hurt you. Maybe it's that kind of barbed wire, eh?
Maybe, because he sandwiches him in the broken barbed wire. He steps on it. He steps on the barbed wire sandwich. He throws him to the outside. Like, they toss each other to and fro with these chairs that look like shit, and bring him back in. Do a little hip toss over the fucking fish tank thing. They're trying to push him. There's like a little bit of blood. Like, it's the worst fucking match that I've ever seen.
Plus, the thing is, piranhas are notoriously timid. They're not gonna. I mean, there's blood in the water to begin with. And Matsunaga is bleeding by the end of this. But, I mean, his head is thrown into the table leg of a table, which is great. I like that. I enjoy that. And at the end of it, Kendo gives him I think it's a power bomb and a very quick pile driver.
That's right.
And throws him into the tank. But the piranhas don't care. They're not there to... It's like the kennel from Hell match, or whatever it was called, with Al Snow and Big Boss Man. You've got some dogs who are not interested. You've got piranhas who have just eaten because there's blood in the water. They don't fucking care. And to throw somebody on top of them, that's extraordinary.
And all you fuckers have done is just kill piranhas. That's all you've done. You've just tossed them in to squish on piranhas, and then you put the board on top to try and trap him in. He's just fucking laying there. They bring in all of these like referees, like, oh my god, you're gonna kill him. Look
so
at the
dangerous.
piranha. Oh my god. And then you just get him out, and then he's just laying there. Nothing has happened. It's complete nonsense. Why did you send us this damn match? Why did you do
you
this
fuckers.
for us? You
You swines. I can't wait for next week, dick brains.
Yeah. Could have watched Savage and Steamboat.
You heard the gong. KJ, mute yourself. And I love everything about your review. Thank you.
And this is why we do good times. Wait till next week, fuckers.
KJ.
Oh, wow.
Did we really need the opening theme again?
Yeah, just to get out of it.
we have ad breaks if we need.
Oh, well, let's get into that, because they're not very long ones, but we have some short ones. And of course, like let me just set this up here first, because we need to do that. Make sure that it's okay, so it doesn't.
What are you doing?
I don't even know anymore.
What are you doing back there?
You are cursed.
Yes, we are. And along with that curse, we had some people send us, some ideas, and they got made into video form. I don't know if you know this, because you've been very popular. We've been very popular with sending out, everybody's comments. Send us their comments on the artwork stuff that we do. However, y'all are.
I don't want to see this.
Y'all are wild. Y'all are wild.
Sunday nights will never be the same.
It's Sunday morning.
Well, AI. Sometimes AI doesn't get it right. I don't know if you know this or not.
It's Sunday night in the UK, so
yeah, it is Sunday night in the UK.
Yeah,
so I don't know why. See, had to stand up for himself, Steve. You did.
Anarchy in Birmingham.
Well, you know what happens. Watch this one.
Who will survive, and what will be left of them?
Yes,
very nice.
That one was a good one.
What the hell was that?
That was a good one. That's what that was. For the audio listeners, that was me chasing Tid with a chainsaw.
Right?
That was fucking
Or
sweet.
Wednesday night, as you call it.
That's the least intimidating man with a chainsaw that I've ever seen.
And you've seen a few.
Wow. Wow.
But go to a Piranha match somewhere.
How about this one, guys? How about this one then?
All right.
You call that a take?
I call it a masterpiece.
You're both wrong!
And I'm right, as always.
Sunday.
Why have I got KJ's voice?
What happened there?
I mean, I've always wanted it.
Thanks, man. I've always wanted to sound like a distinguished Brit.
Well, sometimes
That's called a bad prompt.
Sometimes it doesn't get it right. I mean, I'll go you one
Easy
step
prompt.
further. I'll go you one step further, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh no.
Hell yeah.
No.
You think you know wrestling? You don't know nothing!
Wait, what just happened?
It's live, baby! And it's marvelous! The Law is live! Sundays!
I look like George Lucas.
Dude, KJ's character acknowledged that he got turned white. He's like, what just fucking happened?
What's going on? What happened here?
You think you know wrestling? You don't know nothing!
Wait, what just happened?
It's live, baby! And it's marvelous! The Law is live! Sundays!
Wait, what just happened? Where did my pigment go?
This is the worst way to tell somebody they're fired. Oh my god! Oh, I can't.
Wow.
Oh no! And that's. I mean, sometimes AI doesn't get it right, KJ. You know
Yeah,
what
it turns you into it turns you into Matt Grant.
Yeah, it did.
Wow.
It did. Like
Wow.
very much so.
Wow. And we got it wrong because we didn't have the music hit, the Undertaker music hit, and Matt Grant do a run in right now.
Yeah.
Holy crap. All right. There's some more stuff, I think, in the works, but that is
great.
Whew, that
great.
That is unbelievable right there, ladies.
Speaking of great and greatness, I'm doing it. Segue, Conor
Please.
McGregor. We are a couple of weeks away from my Irish brethren making his comeback. Now, here's the thing. I gave up on Conor last year. I said it on the show. I said, no more Conor. I can't deal with this shit. The charges, the drunken behavior, the cocaine-fueled rants. And you see Conor leading up into this fight. Fucker, sober.
Oh, I didn't know you were talking about Conor. I thought that's why you weren't doing the rants anymore. It was because
Conor McGregor is
your drunken cocaine behavior.
Conor McGregor is sober. It's nice to see. He looks like he aged a lot.
What the fuck is that?
What?
What the fuck is that? What the fuck are you drinking?
Nuka Victory.
What's that?
What the fuck is
that's what you do after you kill a Mothman in the wasteland. You drink a Nuka Victory with your posse after you leave the
That
vault.
sweet chili sauce.
Yeah, it's peach mango.
Oh, I fancy.
Oh, I can't believe you just put that into your body like that. That is absolutely vulgar. Oh, but it's no surprise. He's a Conor McGregor fan, ladies and gentlemen. They'll stick anything in their bodies.
All right. Okay. Let's, in all seriousness, Conor McGregor looks healthy. He looks like he's aged quite a bit. That could be some of the plastic surgery and Botox and fake teeth and all the stuff that he's had done over the years. The steroids make your head grow.
We don't know.
He's walking weird. He's walking like he's walking like a monkey, like a chimpanzee. He's always kind of moved very chimpish.
He could be. It could be emulating a new form of martial arts that he's learned.
Either way, I'm happy to see him sober.
Animal styles and kung fu.
I'm happy to see him sober. I know where this conversation is going to go in terms of the negative takes on this, so I'm going to try and start this off positive. Conor McGregor is a once-in-a-lifetime fighter. Take all of the media shit away. All the media stuff, all the hype, all the money draw. the way that he fought in Conor's prime was no different than somebody like Anderson Silva, Alex Poton, Ilya's run up until he just met Gaethje. Like, there's certain times in eras where people come in and they are just extraordinary. What Conor did to Eddie Alvarez, what he did to Jose Aldo, what he did to Max the first time, like, these are big accomplishments that his character is probably overshadowed, and his stupid decision making has overshadowed it. But it looks like he's not splurging on ridiculous things anymore. He said he's done that lifestyle. He's going to try and become a family man. I think he's got 4 kids now. He's coming back to fight because he wants to see if he can do it before the end of his life. And I'm here for it. I think Max is the perfect opponent.
Steve?
I mean, I appreciate your view, Brady. I don't think you can take away the hoopla. Don't think you can take it away. And, you know, to be positive, UFC need him because he's a big character and a well-known character. You know, he's on Jimmy Fallon's show. Jimmy got a lot of pushback for that, of course. But, you know, they are apparently mates, and he was on that show. He's got crossover appeal. So the UFC need him. They need him right now. And they need him to put on a fairly good showing. Doesn't matter whether he wins or loses because of his age. But they need him to be in that octagon. They desperately need it. And he is an extraordinary character, whether you like that or not.
KJ?
Yes, I mean it's going to be interesting to see him with his age and to see how well he can navigate that, as well as I was looking up and apparently like he's supposed to be cutting weight, but 2 weeks out he still looks like he's a bit heavy or something like that. So he's supposed to make some sort of target weight. So we'll wait and see how that goes.
He's never struggled making weight. He's almost killed himself a few times to get down to crazy weights.
That's wonderful news. But I mean, as you say, Brady, it is good that he's healthy, and it's good that he seems to have turned over a new leaf. So I mean, it's going to be a big fight. It's going to draw a lot, and people are going to be there for the curiosity element more than anything else. So, I mean, it's a wait and see. But I mean, people are looking forward to it.
Well, before Tid goes, because Tid's got gonna have a great take on this. I know whether I agree with it or not. So to what KJ said, drawing, yes, the number will be big. Excuse me, but this isn't based off of pay-per-view anymore. It's outside of a few countries like Canada and things like that, where we have to order it through a different service. But Paramount Plus, that killed the pay-per-view revenue stream. So whatever number they gave Conor for this, he said they kind of met in the middle. Although I do agree with Eddie Hearn, Conor's got all the bartering power. He should have just tipped him to the bank. But it sounds like they made some sort of. It's the biggest payday that any fighter's ever going to get, is this fight. So we know that the money going out the door is massive. I don't know. I think it's good. I think he's going to have huge eyes. It'll be just as big of a draw as the White House card.
Oh, boy, there's so much inside of y'all's statements that is right.
Break it down, brother.
That is right and is slightly askew and wrong all at the same time.
Okay, go for it.
So let's start off with the facts. Conor McGregor is just now getting into his man strength years. He is only 37 years old. That's it. Now, can he compete with these 20-something-year-olds? Probably not, because they're competing at an anabolic rate. I'm not saying they're geared. I'm saying that's how they perform as other 20-something-year-olds. Conor McGregor will do just fine in there against a 34-year-old Max Holloway. This is going to be a very stand-up fight. That sells itself. To say that Conor McGregor is a once-in-a-lifetime character, fighter, whatever you want to call it, I'm going to say no. I say he's a once-a-generational thing, because Muhammad Ali existed in my lifetime. And Muhammad Ali never had to go to court for R-ing somebody. Okay?
Sorry to break your.
Straight up.
You're
He didn't
such
have
a semantic based cunt.
He didn't have to do that.
Jesus Christ.
Now,
Just to get the joke out.
Let's
Just
talk
to get the
about.
statement.
Let's talk about. Well,
Oh, you asshole.
let's talk about getting over on TV and Paramount. Okay.
Devious.
So we take away the pay-per-view motive of it. Let's say we're putting it out there basically on free TV. You're not going to beat 1 billion viewers the way that Muhammad Ali did. Everybody in the entire world gathered around television sets to watch the Thriller in Manila, no matter what you were doing. And I mean everybody around every TV in every country ever did that. That doesn't happen. Now, what Conor has done is he has been part of all of the top five of all-time grossing MMA or combat sports this era pay-per-views. Yeah, he's been a part of all of them. Every single one of his has done either 800,000 or more. He's only had one that did less than 1 million, and that was against Chad fucking Mendez. Okay? Ever since then, so he's a draw. He's a clear draw. But the problem is in this day and age, that doesn't matter to so many people because they're going to be so fired up about not being able to separate the art from the artist. It's the same thing all over again. This happens to people because of their popularity. And Conor's got that kind of popularity that no matter what happens, people are going to be trying to look for something to pick at him about. Now, I'm not saying that it's justified or that it's right or in any way, shape, or form, but in the fight game, we don't give a shit about that. As fans, we kind of like it. We want to have these characters because we want to see them fail in the best way possible, and that's by getting the shit kicked out of them. Conor McGregor is the perfect person to do that right now because if you look at his track record of what he's accomplished in fighting, fantastic. What he's done outside of it, even more spectacular. But the new stuff takes away all of that. But let's just talk fighting for a second. In his last 2 fights, lost. Back-to-back fights to Dustin Poirier, right? Last one was for a gruesome injury that's kept him out since then, this entire time. Can he come back from that? Well, let's see. Is Max Holloway the perfect person to come back from that too? Abso-fucking-lutely he is. Because there's not going to be a lot of takedowns. It's going to be point to the middle of the ring. This is what they're hoping for. They're hoping to have that moment where Conor's going to walk out to the middle of the ring and point to the middle of the octagon and say, well, let's do this here and kind of steal that thing, right? That's what they're kind of hoping for because that sells for them. And this is what Paramount needs. They need their return on their investment. And they don't have anybody that can draw like Conor can. They just got whooped. They just got whooped with the Netflix thing with what MVP did. I'm not saying they lost a war, but they definitely took an L there, and they opened up a hole in their armor showing people that their stuff can be made. Money can be made for other fighters. So they got to come back strong. They did. Boom, White House card. Everybody was like, this is going to be stupid, ourselves included. I got to eat a little bit of shit on this one. But they came back strong as hell. And afterwards, everybody was like, holy fuck, that was an amazing fucking card. It was great fights, but they got to keep it going. And what do? Get Conor McGregor back.
I appreciate
for no reason.
I appreciate you trying to play nice. But for the R comment, I have to give you a rating.
You tried. You tried.
I feel personally attacked. I feel very much attacked.
For the R word? It wasn't edged. There was nothing. Okay. There was nothing. No.
Here's the thing. Time will tell. Let's see how Conor behaves himself going into these press conferences. It seems like he's behaving himself now in the promo campaign. I want him to.
Fucking Nate Diaz. We want him to go Khabib, but he won't because he's got this newfound respect for everybody. Yeah, because he's getting older and he can't afford to have something go sideways on the outside world.
Yeah,
that phone call they did with John Anik, that phone call, I think it was John Anik that hosted it between him and they played a couple minutes of it during the White House thing. He was screaming at the top of his lungs. I don't know if he's going to behave himself, but I would like to see him behave himself. Go in there, sleep max.
Before
we
we switch over, because we're going to talk about that match, and before we switch over to boxing, because we're running out of time here and I want to get into this. What do you think? What are the odds-on favorites for this match? Not to who wins this match, but whether or not Herb Dean will be the referee.
No, we're getting Paul.
Paula Dean is going to be the referee.
Yeah. I'll take any Paul that you can give it. I don't care. Just not an Herb.
No Herbs?
No Herbs.
Yeah. Well, that guy's got a lot of problems. And this past weekend, it just keeps getting worse. Let's all remember, ladies and gentlemen, Herb Dean is 55 years old. And maybe that's not the job that he should be doing as a 55-year-old man anymore.
He should be fighting Bully Ray.
Yes.
Moving on to boxing.
There we go. Yeah, let's talk a little bit of boxing here very quickly because, Steve, I got to ask you, what the heck is going on with Oleksandr Usyk? Why is he giving up his belts, and what's he going to do?
He got backed into a corner. He played the game, and he played it badly. And bear in mind, I was an Usyk fan, not latterly. I don't know what everybody else thinks, but I'm quite an old head. And he had 2 belts around his waist that he wasn't even bothered about. He hadn't even been talking about them for a whole year. Murat Gassiev, who is the regular champion for the WBA, was doing his own thing and saying, "I'll fight other people then." So him vacating the belts is great because he was a gatekeeper and he wasn't doing anything with those belts. And if you've got them and you've got the money for them, I know you have to pay fees, but you've got the money for them and you've got the attention that brings, as Sebastian Fundora said, you need to serve them, and he didn't. And I think that's disgusting, actually. So I'm very glad that he's dropped them, and now he can go and fight Deontay Wilder, and I don't care if he does.
Do you think that there's more to it, because but he's sick and tired of paying the governing bodies the fees that he's got to pay them because he's been giving all of his money away to the country that he lives in because it's a war-torn country? How much is he paying to the cause, Steve? This is what I know, right? Lomachenko is coming back to boxing. How much are they paying into the cause? These are high respected Ukrainian civilians at this point, right? Boxers who have given up to go fight, right? Oleksandr Usyk was one of the guys that when that war started, they said, no, you continue being the heavyweight champ of the world. At what cost? At what cost, Steve? And is he finally fed up with doing that?
Well, I really respect him for that. Absolutely. But the business of boxing, I think he got backed into a corner because he said, I've got 3 fights before I retire from the title picture. And one of those was Rico Verhoeven, fantasy booking. Didn't go that well for him, although he won. And then other sanctioning bodies like WBC have said, well, then it's Ajit Caballero next. And the IBF have said, you keep our belt, but you need to fight Frank Sanchez in 180 days. And he doesn't want to finish his career in that way with those 2 people. He wants Tyson Fury last. He wants that. I'm sure he does. So he got backed into a corner. The sanctioning bodies actually did their job and said, look, you must fight our mandatories. And that's one of the reasons why he has vacated the belts. But I have absolute respect for the man. Absolutely.
Well, watch this, guys. You guys want to see me fire Steve up real quick for a second here? Let's say that it is Deontay Wilder. And he is fighting Deontay Wilder. And it's going to be Oleksandr Usyk versus Deontay Wilder on Paramount Plus for Zuffa Boxing.
Look, people watch, but and so do I, like this. But there's no reason for it. I don't see any point. And really what you're saying is, what he's saying is, and it's fair enough, he's saying, I have done all this and I have the right to choose whoever I want to fight. If I want to fight Deontay Wilder, then I want to go away and fight someone else and have a good time and maybe have 10 matches before I retire. I've got the right to do that. And that's fine. But it all depends who he picks.
You want to know the chances that this has nothing to do with boxing? That I know what Usyk's doing. One of two things. They both involve Zelensky. One, he's either going to run for president. Oh, bye, KJ. He's either going to run for president or prime minister or whatever runs the country there after Zelensky steps down. Or two, they're going to start a dance school.
Well, I mean, he would, or he could go on, he could go on their version of Dancing with the Stars or Strictly Come Dancing, because he is a dancing fool and has a great, great rhythm. And that's part of that's what makes him so different, Bradie. He's got a different view of things. Brilliant champion, but I'm so pleased he ain't got those belts anymore.
What makes him different is after he takes off the boxing glove, his arm goes like this.
Is what?
There is absolutely no way, okay, because KJ's Wi-Fi crapped out, so F him. There is
victory.
There's no way that Oleksandr Usyk thinks that he is going to become a movie star. Is this what you guys think is going to happen here?
No, but he could do something in politics. He could.
That's what I'm thinking. It's a political thing.
You know what he should? If that's the case, then he should just pick up the phone right now. Call Manny Pacquiao and ask him how that fucking worked out for him.
True.
It's politics. Come on, you guys are drunk. He ain't doing that either. I'm telling you what this is. What this is he's going to be paying for politics in that country 100%. Right. And I think that it's going to come at the hands of, they've found a way for him to probably get a lot more money from some country in the Middle East, maybe His Excellency, who knows? I'm just speaking in hypotheticals here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not trying to say anything, but what if we lived in a world where he decided he was going to be done with the sanctioning bodies and he goes and says, hey, Dana, I'm going to do a deal with you and you're going to pay me this much money and I'm going to fight your champion, F.A. Ajagba, and put over your heavyweight division. And I'm going to be your champion for a while. But in doing so, you're going to pay me $150 million a fight. And I'm going to do 3 of them. And then that second fight is going to be me and Deontay Wilder. And then that third fight on Paramount Plus is going to be me and Tyson Fury. Thank you very much. I'll take my money. Good night.
But yes, I in some ways I appreciate this, because I've been saying for ages there's going to be a legends division, and he could go to Turki Al-Sheikh and say, look, 10 more fights, pay me 150 million for these 10 more fights. We can pick them together. You can bring people out of retirement. I'll fight them. Let's see if I win or lose. No belts on the line. Legends division. Superb idea.
He better start knocking on that hospice door quick. Well, guys, on our way out of here,
30s, bro.
No, you know what I mean. To ask for that money. Okay, guys, I think we need to roll this show out, but we didn't do our ad break either, so we got to do 2 back-to-back videos. Can we do the ad break and then we'll do a goodbye and we'll play our outro?
Absolutely. I don't know if you knew this or not. We got some new sponsors that hooked us up, Steve.
There's a new TV show starting, and they were happy enough to sponsor and give us a commercial.
Well, I don't know if you've seen these that come out.
Not that.
Oh.
We'll be right back.
What? Will we?
Yeah.
It's the incredible sitcom that has captured America's heart and given the whole country a new catchphrase.
But I'm 42!
Just the 5 of us. After a mix-up at the adoption agency, the Chesterfields came home with 3 zany new house guests.
Jimmy, tidy your room and go to bed.
I'm so sick of this! I keep telling you I've got a rare disease. I look 12, but I'm a 42-year-old investment banker. I want to go out and get laid.
Oh, yeah, and I'm Santa Claus. Now, tidy your room.
Asshole.
Sean, our posh suburban home must be a welcome change from that alley you were sleeping in.
I really enjoy living here, but there's not enough booze.
It's the funniest, most touching half hour on television.
Charlotte, what's that smell?
I set the couch on fire again.
Yeah, I can help you with that.
And this week, it's a very special Just the Five of Us, where an attractive blonde lady tries to steal Jimmy away.
Now you're talking.
Just the Five of Us. Friday nights on VBS.
Well, I mean, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Five
I've definitely watched that.
I think I've heard that one voice somewhere before. Sean. I think I've heard Sean someplace before. Maybe life goes on. Hey, well, Steve, you'll appreciate this. You ever been into the backs of magazines? I don't know if you guys had this when you were a kid. Not those magazines, not Backpage Bradie, you fucking weirdo. And you had the contest to win some extra cash, but you had to get it by selling certain, items that were picked. Well, I don't know if you know this or not, but we've created one for ourselves right here at the Law. We have, and now look at this. The What's a Work MLM gifts and cash prizes, ladies and gentlemen. You can get any speaker all the way up to a kayak to a brand new shiny motorcycle. There is no name brand to this motorcycle. It is just a motorcycle. Yep, there could be a Rolex watch in your near future. All you have to do is just, sell 16 to 16,000 items. That's it. There's a gold coin in there. You could get actual cash. I don't know if it's a good idea to call that number or not, because it may or may not exist.
Probably not.
Where do you think I got my torch? I sold so many prizes.
Oh, man. I mean, and it is endorsed. I don't know if you know this or not. It is endorsed, Steve. Yes.
Come to the children. Wu-Tang is for the children. We teach the children.
Well, in that case, then, it's got to be great.
Right?
If ODB is telling you, it's got to be great.
It is. It is.
It's
good.
better than Soldier Boy.
It is good. And I mean, it is a very nice, hot Sunday out there. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you know this or not. We do have these available on our store now. If you did not see this earlier, I'm
Dick and Cider, it's legendary.
I love my Dick and Cider.
Tastes like amazing.
Quite simply the finest cider. Cheers.
Dick and Spicy Apple Cider, only on the Law Live Audio Wrestling.
It's available only here. Yeah, right here is where you can only get your Dick and Cider.
All right. Let's roll this. I got to roll this fucker out. I'm going to sit in the sun and drink my Dick and Cider.
See, it's a real thing, ladies and gentlemen. Could be worse. Could be those donuts, that donut company that's trying to get a fucking deal with us here. We'll see how this week goes. Whew. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Wow. See, my eyes get redder over the show. Thank you very much to everybody who's watched this on YouTube. Thank you to all of you who have listened to this in its audio form on any of your podcast providers. Always remember, Bradie is out of here. I think he's taking his girlfriend and they're leaving. They're going out to sit in the sun. Steve is going to go to bed because it is the middle of the night coming up and in the Great Britain. And he wants to get the trailer closed up before the rest of the gypsies take over the fire camp. I myself am going to go enjoy some sunshine. So wherever you are, please enjoy your day. But remember one thing, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. But the rest of us, we tuck our chins.
Yeah, this isn't Mardi Gras, nah. This is a robbery, dog. Take off those chains and wail like a Bob Marley song. I mean, I'm probably wrong, but this is my gig. I choose death and deadpan while I split this wig. On my delinquent kick shit. Then it's the menace with a slingshot, telling neighbors to ring the cops before I pop, 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 pop. I spit fresh sushi, line so raw. I run bitch like Ben Johnson did on the sauce. Slam Don't call the nurse while you're at it, call the medic. If this is the kingdom, I'm the one who gets credit. Follow that, your punk ass bitches. Get the message. The Deadpan Club. Get the message. Deadpan Club. Follow that, follow this, undivided attention. Fucker never mention the vendetta we was sentenced. So let it on the verse, gassed up on the perp. I write lines from a hot air balloon, I'm leaving Earth. Give me a reason to stay, what's it worth? Mars looks better from the back of the church. Bars took measure from the traps of these jerks. MCs have been squeezed from lemons to squirts. From experts to nerds, mumble letters have emerged. The trouble is all the old heads haven't said a word. Gravitated to podcasts, TikTok, and selling merch. Keychains, snapbacks, and a bunch of t-shirts. Pat Stay caught his hat before he left this life, though. You got hoodies too, bro. Look at you go. The Deadpan Club.